Hello everybody, so today I have up my 1995 Camaro Z28 that I'm kind of making a video on. I have it up for sale. I've had several people, some from out of state, kind of just want to get a better idea of the car, and so in general I'm just doing a quick walk around to kind of show you where it's at, why it's at the price point it's at, and kind of give you an honest just look into really what it is that you'd be buying. So it is a 1995. As you can see here, the paint, as I mentioned in my ad, in some places it's peeling and faded. The paint's not perfect. However, there is no rust that I've seen anywhere on this car. Very clean in terms of rust and kind of dents and that kind of thing. Just the paint. I mean, if you're really that concerned about it, you can touch it up. I haven't been bothered because it doesn't affect the driving. So that's, I mean, if it ain't broken that term, don't fix it, is how I kind of feel about it. So. And also you'll see it's been lowered 2 inches by the previous owner. I mean, it actually hasn't done too bad in the snow. I've driven it a couple of times in the snow, and I haven't had any more problems than you expect from a normal, rear-wheel drive sports car. So inside, I haven't cleaned it yet. I was going to do that later, but you can see it's fairly clean, with the exception of, like I said, there's a rip in the bolster, and also there's the missing panel. You can probably see right there in the back, there's a missing panel in the back. And this is interchangeable with the V6 Camaro, so I mean, you can go to a junkyard and find that panel for nothing. So that's where that's at. So, oh, and the tires have great tread on them. You can see here, just tons of life left, very grippy. Perfect for this kind of car, and the front ones as well. Great tread all the way around the car. There we go, like that. One thing I'll mention is, I talked about this in my ad, I believe. The previous owner, he set the exhaust stuff. He wanted to make this car into a sleeper. I'm not entirely sure how you do that with a Camaro, because I mean, these in general are the antithesis of sleepers, but he was going to debadge the car, and then he set it up with a single exhaust instead of dual. And at first I didn't like it, but the sound and just the feel grew on me. So now I think it's kind of a special feature, and it makes it fun. But again, you'll more likely do whatever you want to do to the exhaust of this car. So let's go ahead and get in it. We'll go through a couple things and then fire it up here. So this car is in pretty good condition here. You can see it's got a radio. Radio does work. The speakers, I believe they were wired in later on. You can see kind of back here. They sound okay, so it's never really bothered me. It works fine. Panels are good. So let's go ahead and just fire this thing up. Starts first time every time. Never had a problem with that. This is a cold start, so it's gonna go through here, but it idles perfectly. Two things to note: low oil. The sensor for that one is not working anymore. It does have perfect oil. I'll show you the levels in a minute, but yeah, that sensor's out. And then also, oil pressure sensor here is not working. However, the previous owner installed an oil pressure gauge right here. I kind of like the way it's set up. It kind of gives it really. Let's see if I can get this to focus here. Kind of really nice, kind of simple feel to the car. So yeah, but sometimes the service light will come on in this car. This is a 95, so it's not required to pass emissions. It's just something that, as I mentioned in my ad, the cat was gutted out, which gives us a really aggressive sound. But I believe that the owner kind of made some changes in trying to get the O2 sensor to not read that. So sometimes that fires on. I mean, to fix it, you'll either just put a cat on or put a new O2 sensor in there to get that regulated. And because the cat is missing, sometimes there's a little bit of a gas smell that just comes, it's running directly kind of straight pipe, so you will get a little bit of gas smell from time to time. But yeah, other than that, previous owner said the rebuild happened at 100,084.5 miles basically. So 1,000 miles is when the rebuild happened. The engine, I mean, as you can hear, it sounds fantastic. I'll give you a shot of it, just hearing it run. It's really mean. It's got that exhaust. It's also got headers, which I'll show you in a second. That's a previous owner installed, and it gives it a really aggressive feel. Go ahead and just give you a shot of that exhaust real quick. I mean, you can hear it sounds great. There's no issues there. Just a really mean kind of sound. And when it warms up here in a second, we'll rev it out for you. But, other things to note while I'm in this open, the owner wanted this car to breathe really well, so took out the front grille as well as these inserts here. I've been debating on what I want to do, because I mean, I've read that you can get these cool metal mesh inserts for them. However, that can affect, I guess, kind of gives it a cowl effect when it's running, is what I've read. So I'm not sure if I originally was thinking I might put the plastic inserts back, but I never did. So I mean, that's up to you, kind of how you want to handle that. The actual engine itself runs fantastic. Like you see, very clean, no oil leaks anywhere. It's got those headers that you can see back there, two headers. Great condition overall. K&N filter, massive K&N filter. Thing's big, and it helps it breathe a lot better. So I mean, that in combination just gives the car a great sound and good pickup as well. So overall, just a very good, clean running car in terms of that. And then, as I mentioned in my ad, the biggest thing is the transmission. When I bought the car, it was going to get a manual transmission. I wanted to switch it out for, I think it's called the T56, the 6-speed that came in these cars. However, I just found I'm having a baby in the next couple of months, so that project's kind of gone out the window. It does run and drive fine. I drive it to work every day. As I mentioned in my ad, the reverse is out. Sometimes if it's cold out and you're on a flat surface, you can get it to catch and it'll go in reverse a little bit. But other than that, I mean, I drive it every day, and if I need to park, as you can see here, I kind of park in a way that I don't have to reverse out, and it works pretty well. It does pull very hard, and when it shifts over to second gear from first gear, it's a nice hard pull there, and it does have the stall converter, which is 2500 stall converter. I don't personally feel that stall converter fits the power band of this car, and again, I really didn't worry about it too much because I was going to switch out the transmission. But other than that, I mean, the car pulls fantastic. It's very fast, reliable. I've never had any issues in terms of stopping or doing anything on me. I drive it to work every day, so kind of give you a good idea that you can hear the fan kicking on there. So it's warmed up a little bit. I'm going to just give it a quick rev to kind of show you the sound and what I'm talking about when I talk about the sound of this car. So let me just put it below real quick here, and I'll... So yeah, that's it. And that's the car. So if you have any questions, just feel free to text us in my ad. So there you go.